Hello everyone, it is Cameron here, and I'm back to talk about a common mistake that I see with personal statements. And to start out, I'd actually like to start out with a quote from the AAMC's website, and I'm going to read it here. All statements should answer the question, why me, why medicine? I know this sounds simple, but it's harder than it seems. Most students write all about what they did, and then they end with a loop. I did all these things because I want to be a doctor, and I want to be a doctor because I did all these things. The reader is left frustrated because you never really told us why. And I share this quote for a number of reasons. For one, I think that this quote does a really great job of summarizing what really good personal statements do. I also think it does a good job of highlighting a pitfall that some students have. And I also share it because it was a quote that was shared with me when I was applying to medical school. Our pre-health advising office shared it with us. And I remember at the time when I heard it, I felt a bit frustrated because I felt like everybody else had these really profound reasons that had propelled them into this career path of pursuing medicine. And I felt like I wasn't sure what my reason was. And this quote made me really think, am I not going to be able to go to medical school because I'm not going to be able to write a good personal statement that is very compelling? And now looking at this quote again, I realize how it's really a great summary, and it really does a great job of saying what good personal statements do. But I'd like to break it down a bit farther, and I'd like to do this by maybe looking just in a bit of a different view, in a way that I like to think about it. And so let's just focus on A, B, and C. And to start off, let's just focus on B and C. Now, B is all of the experiences that an applicant has. This is the shadowing, the research experiences, the coursework to get into medical school. And C is that actual decision to pursue medicine and to apply to medical school. And what that quotation is really saying is that a lot of people who are writing their personal statements will kind of plop the reader down in B, and they'll say, I've done all these things, and that's why I want to go to C, that's why I want to go to medical school. And they kind of loop between B and C, and that's where the reader ends up getting caught up in. And it's important to highlight, I think, that to the unseasoned eye, this might look fine. This might look like an all right personal statement. But to the seasoned eye, they can see that you're really just talking about the experiences in your decision to pursue medical school, and you're not really talking about A or the seed here. And so the important part to remember is that everybody has a seed, everybody has an A that originally really inspired them to go and pursue more experiences. And for me, I remember when I heard this quote originally, I thought, I know that I have these volunteer experiences, and that's why I think I'm interested in going to medical school. But after a lot of reflection, I realized that the reason that I'd even pursued those volunteering experiences and the shadowing and the coursework in the first place was because of an interaction that I had with a surgeon when I was a pediatric patient. And that's what I ended up writing about in my personal statement. And so I think it's very important to do some reflecting before you sit down to write your personal statement, and think, what is your A? What is your seed that really inspired you to get some more experience so that you can really properly write a personal statement? I do hope that this is helpful. I hope that this structure can help you to structure your personal statements better. And please reach out if you have any questions, and take care until then. Bye.